All right, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Within the Man Cave. I'm Jeremy as normal, and tonight I'm gonna do a sort of another quick, short one. This one is leading by example, and kids. Now, of course, I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your kids. How you raise them is up to you. I am going to give you some input on me and my ex-wife's how we were raised and how things how we learn things that we are a product of their environment, aka or not aka but and how to lead by example and lead for your kids. So my background was, like many of you know, my parents divorced, and it was really, really rough. And I felt like I had to protect. I felt like I had to become the man of the house at 13. Now, with my mom and her very bad depression, a lot of things happened, and she ended up having like a negative mindset. And so that is something that you just learn because you're in a negative place. Things seem negative, you think that's normal, and so forth. So then you tend to view the world in a negative thing until you actually realize that that is what you're doing. And sometimes it takes a very major life change for that to happen, or an incident in life for you to actually realize this. Now, in my wife's family, she was brought up where they didn't talk about problems or issues. You didn't want to stir the pot. You didn't speak up because you didn't want to disrupt the group or anything like that. And kind of kids were to be seen and not heard. So in her case, she had built up a lot of defense mechanisms by shutting down, not talking about stuff. Even if there was a problem, you buried it, kind of deal, because she felt that there was no one that she could open up to, because that's the way her family worked. Not saying that her parents didn't want her to talk or anything like that by any means. It's the exact opposite. It's partially the way they were brought up too. I mean, you're going back and back a few generations. We pretty much mirror what we are shown, whether we realize it or not. So, in my case, I had anger, I had frustration, I had anxiety. I buried it as well. Didn't let it out. Now, I encourage you to open up to your kids, talk to your kids. If they have something, whether it's a big deal or not, if a 5-year-old or a 3-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 18-year-old or even a 40-year-old kid has something that is bothering them or something like that, it might not be a big deal to you, or it might not even be a non thing to you, but to them it is. So whether you think it's important or not, it's important to them. And it's your job as a parent to listen to what they have to say and not brush it off. Not play it like, oh, yeah, well, whatever, or suck it up. Listen to them. By doing that, it gives them an opportunity to feel safe, that they can come and talk to you about other things, no matter what it is. And I mean, yes, some of the things could be just, oh, hey, I accidentally ran my bike into your side of your car and scratched it. I mean, whatever. Really, 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 whatever. It's a car. Your kid is more important than a car, of course. It was an accident. Whatever. That's that's an example. So ways you can do this and lead by example is showing your kids that it's okay to be vulnerable and show your feelings and your thoughts, your angers, stuff like that. It's not okay to blow up and start throwing stuff around and breaking shit, because that's what they're going to see as, hey, that's what you do when you get mad. You throw stuff, you curse, you swear, and you initially scare people. Now, I did that, and I learned very hard that I needed to control myself. I was a yeller and a stomper. Stomped around, get upset, and yeah, I had to learn that the hard way, that it had such a negative effect on my family. I almost lost them because of it. So now I am trying my very hardest, and hey, we all make mistakes, we all slip up. That's life. We're human. But to listen to people, to listen to them. When me and my wife first got married and we talked about having kids, we sort of talked about how we envisioned being, a mother and a father. And I always told her that I envisioned, my kids' friends, coming over, me being able to show them how to work on cars and all that stuff, and like their friends are more like family than anything. I had friends that where I got yelled at if I rang the doorbell before I came in. They just, come in. You're family. Just walk in the door. You don't have to ring the doorbell and anything like that. I was welcomed anytime, day or night. I always had a couch to sleep on if I needed to, or anything like that, and stuff like that. And I was grateful for that. And that's the kind of parent that I want to be. I want to lead by example. I want to show, yes, it's fine, it's okay to have a good time, but working hard and all this stuff is important as well. There's a time and place for everything. And one thing that my wife, asked me to do, and I, without a doubt, I'm going to do my very best on how to do that, is how to treat a woman. How to treat your girlfriend, or your mother, or your wife. You treat them with respect. You treat them with honesty, loyalty. You don't take advantage of them. You don't treat them like garbage. You don't call them names or anything like that. You treat them better than you would want to be treated. And that's my plan. It's always been my plan. And that's not just necessarily for a girlfriend or a wife, but yes, women do get treated differently in our society, and it's fucking stupid, but it's true. And they're your equal. If not, honestly, they're a little better than us. And deep down inside, we can all agree with that. I think they're a lot tougher, they're a lot stronger than anybody gives them credit for. They have massive instincts on taking care of and protecting children and their family. So I am grateful for that. Yes, and I'm 100% in agreement with that's how I'm going to raise my children. Not just for women, but you treat people, no matter who they are, men, women, doesn't matter. You treat them better than you want to be treated. And then that will go and forth. And that's leading by example. Now, talking to your kids is hard. Sometimes you have to do hard things. And life doesn't go the way you want it to go, but it's up to you to lead by example on how you handle these situations. And your kids will see it. They see these things. They feel these things. Whether they tell you or not. Unfortunately, most kids, and my kids are included, and this is something that me and my wife are working very hard together on, is to not put them in the middle of any decision. No matter what happens between me and her, our biggest concern is our kids and their mental health and all that stuff. I've never wavered that from anything before. I can count on her to take care of the kids, or that anything, negative or anything like that will not be said, or anything like that, and vice versa. She can count on me, because we may have not gotten the examples of how to properly communicate and how to properly deal with things. It's not our parents' fault. It's what they've learned and what they dealt with, and what they had to go, their experiences. But if it's negative or whatever, we can change it. And we, as a team, for our children, plan to guide them in the right path as best as we can. And that's all you can do. You have to let them make mistakes. You have to let them feel pain and stuff like that. It doesn't mean you don't care about them, because that, I find it pretty much impossible to not worry every waking day about your kids. And I know any father or any mother would do exactly the same. So, lead by example, set good examples no matter what. No matter how hard it is for you, no matter what you're going through, don't shelter them from your feelings or anything like that, but make sure that you set a good example for them to learn on and for them to mirror, and they will be better for it. That's I have a hard time telling people what to do with their kids, or suggesting anything with their kids, because by all means, I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody that loves my kids more than I love myself, and will do anything for them no matter what. And I know that there is a few bad apples out there, but 99.5% of people want the absolute best for their kids. So these are just things that I'm learning, I'm not telling you how to raise your kids. I mean, you raise them how you want them to be raised, but lead by example, set good examples, be vulnerable in any relationship, let alone, it doesn't have to be your kids. It could be with your wife, or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, mother, father, grandparents, whatever. Lead by example, and yeah, take care of each other. Somebody's feelings are their feelings, and they're valid no matter what. Doesn't matter if they're not valid to you. They're their feelings, and you need to respect them as that and deal with that accordingly. So that's what I have for tonight. I'm working on some more stuff coming up. Another topic is going to be is you have more to be grateful for than you actually think, and how to look for things that you might not recognize to be grateful for. And another one is being yourself truly and honestly for you. Being you, authentically you. We all have issues with this one, me included. I'm learning a lot and stuff like that. And then another one topic is going to be the 3 C's, which are choice. Of course, now I can't remember exactly what they are, but I'll let you know. And a shit list, or a power list, or whatever kind of list. So those will be coming up. I'm hoping to get more than one a week now. Not sure if that's possible, but another one on Tuesday. So please, if you have any questions or comments, shoot them down on the YouTube channel. If not, you're not comfortable with that, reach me at deepwithinthemancave@gmail.com, and I will try to get your questions answered. And of course, if you want to be anonymous, just let me know. I will not use anybody's names or anything like that. And until next time, remember, be kind to everyone. You don't know what they're going through, and keep going. You're worth it. You're not alone. Everyone struggles, and your struggles don't last forever. And be kind to yourself. Talk to you next week. Bye.